What's going on, everybody? Episode number 11 of the Scenes Podcast. Today we have special guest Robbie Garcia. Round of applause. No?
What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing?
Yeah.
How we doing? How we doing?
So we got a little bit different of an episode today. First off, we got some viewers, live viewers. We got three: Buddy, AJ, and John. Yeah, you could hear him a little bit back there. So Mr. Robbie is a wrestler, but
I'm more than a wrestler.
he's
more than an athlete.
Great
Voted
guy.
by LeBron James.
great guy. Now, yeah. So tonight,
Shout out to AJ for that one.
So tonight we got Copa America final, Brazil versus Argentina. It's like live right now. I think Argentina's winning 1-0. Not sure.
I got the mortgage on Argentina tonight.
Mortgage is on Argentina.
If they lose, I'm going under.
We got
living on the streets.
We got Euro final tomorrow, Italy, England. We talked about that last episode, and then we have NBA finals tomorrow. Also, Suns up 2-0, looking maybe to fucking end it tomorrow. They win tomorrow, it's over. So we got a good night of sports too. We also got Connor and Diaz fight tonight. Big card.
Not Diaz. Poirier.
Poirier. Sorry. My fault. And then so we got a big card there. So a good weekend for sports. I mean, tennis was on this morning. Who gives a rat's ass? But yeah, all right, we ready to get into it?
Yeah, so our boy Robbie Garcia over here, big time wrestler, state champ in high school. What was your weight class?
So I started freshman year. I was 126 pounds.
Damn.
Sophomore year, I was a 132 pounder.
Ladder.
Junior year, I was 145. Then senior year, when I won it, I was 152.
Damn, beast right
Damn,
here.
fucking tank.
Literally built
thank
different.
So walk us through the whole, like, what is it like being a wrestler in high school and like having high expectations
And college
for yourself?
College too.
Let's start with in the roots, in the
Okay,
grassroots,
okay.
and then we'll build up
Wait,
into it.
wait. Also, how long have you been wrestling for?
Yeah, that's a great question. I started wrestling at the Vernon PAL since I was in kindergarten. My brother Matt and I, my dad brought us down to the PAL and we started wrestling, and just from there, like it was just something that
Match made in heaven.
Exactly. It was just something I learned how to love. It was a very interesting, fun, crazy ride, but it's got me this far. So, I'm very grateful for this sport and all that it's done for me.
That's awesome.
We got to get a deep dive into the details, Rob.
Oh God.
So today, listen.
Go
So
ahead.
we're gonna start with, in high school, we're gonna go to high school with your state championship run. We have to, because
Okay.
that's what all the fans want to hear. So
Okay.
walk us through it. You've walked me through it before. Tell me how it went.
All right, man. Like anything in life, anything that's good in life, I can curse on here.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. It's hard,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of sacrifice, growing up, I never really talked about this, especially on a public platform, but I was bullied pretty heavily in 7th grade, and kind of just growing up, I didn't really have a lot of friends, and so, I got made fun of, for wrestling, and, I guess what it was, I was pretty good at it. And the kids in my peers, they call me gay. You touch guys, all this shit, immature stuff, whatever. But
classic.
I was,
stuff.
I was just bullied growing up, and honestly, shout out to those guys. My Vernon peoples. They're not my peoples, but low key are, because you guys motivated me to do some pretty cool things in my sport. And there's just been a lot of times where, growing up, I don't think I hung out with, a kid my age. I don't think I hung out with a friend, until junior year of high school. Shout out to John Nardone. He was, one of my best friends, throughout high school. But yeah, I just, wrestling was something that I kind of leaned on. It was something that gave me something to work towards and, have goals and learn how to sacrifice, and all that came through, that included, managing my weight, dieting the right way, putting in extra workouts, making sure my schoolwork is being done the right way. Just kind of from a young age, I learned how to, kind of be responsible, and stay disciplined.
Damn, that's awesome. Wow. It's
Rob,
heartfelt. I was not expecting
Rob,
that.
I might shed a tear today.
Do we
on
have
this
tissues?
podcast.
Do we have tissues around?
No, it
yeah.
ain't that deep, bro. It
Nah.
ain't that deep.
So anyway, talk to me about your specific run in high school.
Senior year.
Okay.
Senior year, you were 152. You said you won it all.
Yeah, 152.
So
that
talk
was-
us through that.
That's actually a crazy story. Interesting, very interesting. My senior year. Actually, I'll give you just brief, high school career. Freshman year, it started on varsity, whatever. Just, again, didn't really hang out with anybody. I was just grinding, wrestling and stuff like that. My friends were basically kids that I wrestled with on the travel team and the kids on my high school team. And whatever, I was pretty successful from my freshman year, sophomore year. My junior year, however, this is when things kind of got tough. It became sort of a love-hate relationship. I started, not enjoying it as much. I was just doing it because I was, I guess, good at it. And I was kind of miserable. I was like, damn, I remember talking to my mom about this, like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I kind of want to just, is it worth it? I just kind of want to be like a, I hate this, not like, I don't want to say it like, like a regular kid, but like not have to like go to practice and, miss, homecoming and just,
So, I have a question. Sorry to cut you off. So you did club wrestling too?
Yeah. So I traveled the country. I competed for Team New Jersey, when I was younger. And I've gone to, national tournaments and stuff like that, wrestled for.
So was that like year round and
yeah.
And how many times a week do you have to do that?
I mean, I believe my 8th grade season, there's like a period of like 3 months where every weekend I was in a new hotel with me and my dad.
That's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Every weekend travel throughout Pennsylvania, the East Coast and stuff like that. And honestly, it was a great time. I met some of my best friends, through those experiences, and it was fun for my dad, my family. Shout out to my family, huge supporters. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but
this is what it's for, bro. We need you to ramble. Keep going.
We're loving it. I'm loving it.
That, so yeah. Shout out to my family. They, my biggest supporters. Wouldn't be here without them. Yeah. So going through high school. So now junior year, like I'm in a slump. I'm in what they call a funk. I'm getting, I never really get pinned, but I got caught like 3 times, 3 matches in a row. I'm like, Maron, like what's going on over here, But whatever. But I prevailed, and my junior year I actually didn't place. My sophomore year I placed 4th. I made it to states all 4 years. My sophomore year I took 4th. My junior year I lost in the blood rounds, and that was heartbreaking. But to be quite honest with you, I didn't care. Like, I just didn't care. Like I just literally just it didn't bother me much. And it's sad to say, but like I was on I was in a slump. I didn't really care. So then my senior year rolls around. I haven't wrestled. I took like a 3 or 4 month break from wrestling, and I started getting the itch back. I was like, like I'm looking forward to the season, whatever. So long story short, the season rolls around. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm training. I got a good preseason in. We got this tournament called the Beast of the East. I took 7th in that. I took 4th in that my sophomore year. My junior year I took 7th, and so now like I'm the 2nd seed of the whole tournament, and I'm like projected to either win it, make it to the finals, or place pretty high in that, right? Damn. So I get there, right? I'm wrestling the first round. I'm nervous, typical pre-match jitters. I'm losing, right? I'm down by like a couple points, right, in the first round. I'm like, holy shit, like this is crazy, like this is not a good thing. So last 30 seconds, I go in and try, go in for like last resort move. Boom, I collide heads. I had concussion. I drop to the ground. My eyes are all rolling and stuff, and I got a concussion. So now I'm bumped from the tournament. I'm no longer wrestling the tournament. And so I forgot to mention this, but I had committed my junior year. I took a visit. That was another thing. College recruiting. No one really recruited me. I got recruited by Rutgers my junior year, but then once I lost in the blood rounds of states, they dropped me like a bad habit. You know what I mean? So, Rutgers, whatever.
Your mother's ass.
Nah, listen, I respect them. I respect the coaches there. Nothing but respect and love. Yeah. But, I'm a state champ. You know what I mean? Like I proved to everybody wrong that didn't believe in me.
Give me some respect.
He's that guy. He's that guy.
So that was a cool thing too.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I didn't really have a lot of options. So I had talked through Instagram. There's this guy named Ronnie Bresser, very good wrestler out of Oregon State. My buddy Joe, he was going out to Colorado just to go out to school in Colorado, and he's like, bro, like you gotta go out there, you gotta go out west, man, like you gotta like push yourself, I know you're a family man, this and that, like you just gotta put yourself out of your comfort zone. So as a I didn't think anything was gonna happen with this, but I saw Ronnie Bresser hit a flying squirrel on Instagram. And so I just
wait.
What
a flying squirrel is? Because I don't know much
about
wrestling.
What the fuck did you just say?
What did he say?
So basically, a flying squirrel is you're in your stance there, and basically you just jump over the kid and then take him down. It's kind of hard to explain. You can look it up on YouTube. It's pretty cool. It's a very flashy move. He was a very flashy wrestler. But so long story short, I go on the Oregon State Wrestling website. I reach out to the coaches. A couple days go by, didn't hear anything. Then boom, all of a sudden I get a text message, right? So now I'm talking back and forth with these coaches. They're Division I school, historically pretty good school, and so then we stopped talking for a period of 3 weeks, right? And so this is going into my junior year season, and then I wrestle at this preseason tournament. I destroy everybody.
Beast.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call these guys just to say what's up and check in. So I call them. And so basically we talk for another week, and they're like, listen, if you're serious, we'll fly you out. Come on an official visit. And that's what I did. So my dad and I, we flew out to Oregon in Corvallis. Love it there. I went out there. I met the guys. And right away, I was like, this is a cool spot. Like, this is up my alley, And so we went for the visit, flew home. They gave me an offer I couldn't refuse, as they say. Mm-hmm. And
shout out to Max Gomez, the Chicago Bulldog.
Max Gomez, the Chicago
Bulldog.
Bullfrog. That's what I do. I call him the Chicago Bullfrog.
I don't know who that is, but shout out to him. He seems
shout out to Brandon Kaler. Shout out to Devin
The
Turner,
whole squad,
JJ, Russell,
his boys.
everybody. Everybody on my team. I love you guys. I wish you guys the best. But Grant Willits, the Willis brothers, everybody. So.
I'm just waiting for like a fuck you on the team. Like one guy you didn't like. You're
Nah,
like,
no slander, no slander, no slander. No, no, no,
I
no.
love I
No way,
love
not
all those
here.
guys. Those guys are my brothers for real, and I love those guys. So all love there. But anyway, so I committed literally the week after. So I'm going to Oregon State. So now my senior year rolls in, right? Fast forward back to the concussion. I get concussed. First match of the whole fucking season. The whole season concussed. I'm out for 6 weeks. And now at this point, I'm committed. So I'm like, should I wrestle? Should I not? Like, I didn't really know if I was like, you know what? I could just kind of coast it out. And, I'm going to college. There's no real pressure on me at this point. But there's just something inside of me that was just like, I should just go for it.
What was his name you said? You had like a coach that came to you and he...
I was just about to bring this up, you know? So, towards the end of my concussion, right, there's this guy named Teddy Sibley's, my mentor. Shout out to Teddy, bro. What he does, I recommend any athlete that's going through any sort of funks or anybody that wants to be better as a person or just as an athlete, hit up Teddy Sibley's. You could, DM me personally, rg.robbie on Instagram, and we can talk more about it.
Drop a follow.
We'll put it in the bio.
We'll put it
Drop a follow to
this
our
guy,
friend.
feel free. Shout out to this guy. I wouldn't have been a state champ if I didn't meet this guy. I wouldn't have been a state champ. And so basically, he had reached out to my father and was like, "Listen, your son, he's a state champ. If you want, I can work with him. Jake Brown plays football for Harvard, great wrestler, AC roommate. Shout out to him. He had worked with Teddy Sibley's his whole
Jake
career.
Brown.
Yes,
Dude, I think I might have met him on the boardwalk in Seaside.
Yo, you definitely did.
I swear to God, I think I
definitely
might.
did.
Shout out Seaside, New
He's a
Jersey.
big dude. He's big.
I was with Richie.
Yo, you definitely seen him. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was down there like a week ago.
Bro, I fucking met this kid.
You met Jake Brown. Hey, shout out to Jake Brown.
He probably doesn't remember me, but I think I remember the name.
I'm surprised you remember him.
Yeah.
It was a long. That night
It was a
bust.
great weekend. Great weekend.
Great weekend, yeah.
But so I talked to Jake about it. Very good friends with Jake, and he's like, "Dude, go for it, whatever." So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm got to see it.
Got to see it through, my boy.
dude.
Got to see it through, my boy.
So I meet up with Sibley's.
Love that.
We do this thing, and basically what it is it's hypnotic training. So basically, it's like sports hypnosis. He has like this special voice. He goes through this whole routine.
Ooh, nice and special.
Basically, yeah. But basically, we meet. We talk about like where I'm at mentally, emotionally, with where I'm at with the sport, where I'm at, like where I feel like I need to, where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are, and basically he evaluates that, and basically what it is you lay down on the couch, you get these headphones, and he puts you through this session where you lower your conscious level, so you're just not sleeping, but you're like he lowers your conscious to meet your subconscious, and he taps in to your subconscious mind, which picks up everything, right? And feeds all the stuff that you need, all the stuff that you're lacking. He feeds it in, and you're supposed to listen to it, twice, 3 times a day, and just kind of really build that into your mind. And within the first week, man, my issue was confidence. My confidence, I had a hard time believing in myself and believing that I could actually do something like this. Within a week, my wrestling changed. I was confident, and so I followed through. I just put all my eggs in that basket. I just believed in that, and I was at peace with, whatever happens at the end of the day, right? So I do that training with him, right? So now I'm wrestling. So I lose 6 weeks out of the season. I start doing this mind training stuff, and I'm starting to wrestle again. Boom. And now we're at team states, okay? This guy named Brandon Mooney, okay? Tough competitor, whatever. This kid, we're in a match, right? He illegally slams me, okay? Illegally slams me outright, slams me, shouldn't have slammed me like that, whatever. And he pops out my AC joint. So now we're 3 weeks away from the state tournament. I had a concussion. Now I'm in freaking shoulder rehab trying to fix my shoulder. I don't practice. I don't step on the mat for 3 weeks. So now, I'm just doing rehab, and I'm just hitting the elliptical every day. Just hitting the elliptical, right? And just believing in this mind training and this sports hypnosis. And believe me, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I didn't know but I just stuck with it. I stuck with my guns. I stuck with my training and my support system.
You're a fucking beast.
No, that's nuts, bro. Like, what the fuck? That therapy shit, like, that's good.
Bro, it
like,
works.
men's therapy is a big topic nowadays.
Men's health, yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the guys out there.
That need it.
Fighting, we love you.
We're brothers, man.
You're not alone.
We're brothers, exactly.
I
It's
did not
important
know
to take
that.
care of
That's
your
like
mind.
nuts, bro. That's actually crazy. Like, that helps you out so much.
Bro, I'm telling you, I would not be a state champ without Teddy Sibley's and his training. It's sports hypnosis, and not only is it sports hypnosis, but this guy Teddy, I talk to him almost every week, or he's my mentor. He's a lifelong friend. He's a friend of my family's now, and we go golfing together. We go out to eat together. We go bowling together. I love this guy, and, not only does he talk to me, not only do we the relationship we talk about relationship advice, life advice, all kinds of stuff. He's always been there for me, and I've always been there for him, so that's a relationship that I'll have forever. But yeah, so I only have one practice on the mat leading up to states, right? So then, but I'm just feeling ready, man. I'm just feeling ready. I'm feeling electric.
Guns blazing,
electric.
It just feels right.
The scenes.
I knew I was gonna be a state champ, So I get there, I'm locked in, and I'm underweight. I'm just feeling real good, and I pinned my way through the tournament. My first match, I pinned the kid in 40 seconds, and then my second match, I pinned the kid in the second or third period. And then the third match, we're in the semifinals, man.
This was I remember you telling me this was the final, because it was that was the top dog in the tournament,
kind of,
or one of them, and you knew that if you beat this guy,
this is the irony.
Yeah,
this is the irony.
Oh, I love
my
it.
semifinals match. Brandon Mooney.
Oh, the
Kid
kid
slammed
slammed
you.
you.
Oh shit! This is some fucking underdog story. This
This
is
is some beef.
Cinderella story type
This
shit.
is some
This was the
beef
finals,
between
bro. Holy
Robbie
shit.
Garcia and Brandon Mooney.
Nah, the beef.
Beef.
The beef was resolved.
It was
man.
squashed
There
that
was no
day.
beef.
Yeah, from your
When
side.
you pinned
From
his
your
ass-
side, from his side.
When you pinned his ass,
that
the
kid
beef
probably
was
hates
resolved.
you from now on.
Nah, bro.
Dude,
it's-
Nah, it's all love, all love.
Am I talking loud?
No.
Nah, you're good, bro. You're good.
The thing is glitching out.
What? Oh, the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for the technical difficulties. Hopefully, it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
It's all good.
all
So
good.
now
That was an interesting part too. I'm fucking pissed now. This stupid fucking thing.
Nah, was it glitching out the entire
Yeah,
time?
yeah, it was
Oh
fucked up.
shit! All right, well, sorry about that, guys, but
So
keep
Yeah,
going, keep
fuck
going.
it.
Robbie.
So
Robbie's
now-
on a roll. I'm loving this.
So
stuff.
now,
I'm loving it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm serious.
So now, I'm wrestling this kid, right? He illegally slammed me, whatever. So now, and I'm just, I've never talked about this on in public before, but I'm watching this guy,
getting
and
the scoop.
I know I'm gonna win, bro. I'm feeding off this. He's looking at me, and I'm just like, yo,
I'm gonna
there's
beat
no
your
shot
ass.
This kid's beating me, bro. There's no shot.
Love that.
So I get in there, bro. Take him down the first first 45 seconds. He gets to his feet, and now we're in this situation on our feet where he's got double overhooks on me, right? And so he got double overhooks on me. I'm like, oh hell nah. I step over, I hip toss him, bang, pin him. The first minute and 30 seconds.
Bang! Semifinal.
Out like a light. You didn't
Semifinals.
stand a chance.
I jump, I stand up, It doesn't hit me for like 3 seconds. I stand up. I'm like, holy shit.
I'm
I'm going to the fucking finals, bro.
Yeah,
Going to the
baby.
finals. I jump up. I'm like, let's fucking go. I run and jump in my coach's arms. I actually give my coach a bloody nose. I just jump in his arms. It was
Sorry,
such,
coach. Sorry, coach.
It was the most
great
electric
story.
moment of my life. Most electric moment of my life.
Awesome.
So then I'm in the finals. I'm feeling like a baller. Like I'm just like everything is coming together. Everything's like supposed to happen this way. Like
Rob, you're a very good storyteller, I have to say.
Dude, I mean,
You're very animated and
I haven't
very.
heard the story. Me and Robbie are like, we're acquaintances. We're not really that good friends. Them two know each other better. This is the first time hearing this. This is fucking awesome. This is like a fucking movie.
This is
I
amazing.
appreciate
This
it.
is- this is a
I
great
can almost.
story.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
I understand exactly how you were feeling and shit. Like you're doing a great job explaining
I
this.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So now we're in the finals. Okay. Now, just to give you a little history about Pope John Wrestling, we've only had like 3 state champs, and there hasn't been a state champ in 30 years. Let's just say 30 years, right? So not only did I win states then that day, but 2 of my other teammates, JoJo Aragona, shout out to him. He's at Rutgers right now. And then Eddie Van Treska, shout out to him. He's at Virginia Tech right now. Both those guys are doing well. Right? So now, but like how they do it is they draw like a weight class out of like a hat. And then that's how the order goes. So, sure enough, I'm the first match of the finals.
Oh shit.
So I'm opening up for this place, right? It's quiet as a church mouse. We did the whole like ceremony and stuff's quiet. I get out there, I'm like locked in. I tune up this kid, man. You know, all respect to this guy, tough competitor. He's actually, I believe, he's wrestling for UPenn now.
Fucked him up.
Respectfully fucked him up.
Respectfully, I swear I had him. I had him pinned twice. You can see. You can look it up on YouTube if you want. Just type in my name and it'll come up. And dude,
What was his
it
name?
was. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. His name was. No, I know his name. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I just honestly I lost.
Nah, it's alright. It's alright. You keep going. Just keep
You
going.
cocky
Keep going.
bastard! You don't remember?
Shut up. So yeah, whatever. I'm feeling it. I end up major decision him. You know, headlocked him in like the first 30 seconds of the match. Freaking, I just feel great, man. And honestly, it felt right. It wasn't a surprise to me, and I'm not being cocky, but I'm telling you, it's the belief in this training that Teddy Sibley's provides. It sounds like an advertisement at this point, but I swear by it. And
We are not sponsored by him.
We are not.
We might be.
We can.
Hey, if he wants to,
Sponsored by Teddy Sibley's.
I hope so. I'd take it. I'll take
You know
it.
what I mean?
We'll take whatever we can get at this point. We
Yeah.
got nothing.
Barstool athlete.
I'm trying to be.
Me too. I put it in my bio. Remember, I don't know if you watched the last episode, but I brought you up.
You did?
Yeah, we were talking about how.
Yeah, we're
like,
talking shit about you.
Yeah,
right.
basically saying you're a shitty wrestler, and all.
Yeah.
No,
and
but
I'd pin you, but like,
I said I would pin you. No, I'm fucking with you, obviously.
That's
But
alright.
what I told him was how you told me about the Barstool shit, and I was like, dude, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
And I was like, anyone can do it. And then you were like, dude, do it. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And then I did it, and then now
It's just like,
now I'm getting merch. Yeah.
why not? You know what I mean? It's just an opportunity. Hey, if you're, so what? Everybody's doing it. You get free merch. It's cool. I mean, you're part of Dave Portnoy's freaking gang. You know what I mean?
What'd you call him?
yeah.
Portnoy?
Portnoy.
Portnoy?
Portnoy.
Portnoy. Yeah. yeah.
Porntoy?
Jesus.
Porn.
Sound like John
Porn
pronouncing
time.
names.
Dave's porn toy.
Shout out to you, Dave. Yeah, I mean, Barstool.
Barstool.
Portnoy. There you go.
You know?
Porn toy.
Porn toy. Yeah.
You know?
We got the dildos. All right. Sorry, mom.
Mhm.
All right. So let's get back to the wrestling. So you won the state final.
One to stay final.
So what's the feeling like? You
Electric.
It's-
The
it-
scenes
it
had
was
to be
electric.
immaculate. Yeah.
Honestly, winning the semifinals was the most electrifying. It literally felt like a lightning bolt just struck me. Hopefully, this doesn't happen in reality, but it felt like I just was so.
Compared
like,
to the final,
it just
though,
felt like
which
the
one was
sweeter.
Which one? Definitely the semis you were talking about, right?
Semis was the most exhilarating experience I've ever had in my life, and the most at peace I've ever been in my life was when I won the finals because it just felt so natural, felt so right. Like I knew this was bound
Manifested.
to happen. It manifested in the reality, and that's another thing too. What do they call it? Self-actualization? What is it?
Actualization.
You literally put it out in the universe. You believe it. It becomes a ritual, and it will happen. It's fucking true. It's true.
I'm buying it.
You know what I mean?
I'm buying what you're selling.
Exactly. So now, I don't want to make this whole show about me. You know what I mean? I'm just a guest
Well, it
here.
is about you.
See, that's the reason we bring you on the podcast.
Today
This
it is
a
all
show
about
for
you.
I
Keep
appreciate
going,
that.
bro.
All right. So now let's say, all right, it's great. Had a great senior year. Had a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
I'm sorry. I want to ask you a question. So like, you said you were wrestling first, right? Out of the entire state finals,
Yes.
and then you had
Yes.
two teammates that won too. So you winning first too, you broke that like 30-year drought.
Yes.
That must have been. That was a big part too. I can.
Were you
imagine.
thinking about that when it happened?
Dude, I was just so locked in. I was just in like complete zen mode, bro. Like I was just nothing else mattered, bro. Like I was enjoying life. Like I went into the
Awesome.
finals with the attitude like win or lose, this is fucking dope. I didn't even think I was gonna be there. Like I didn't even think I was gonna wrestle that year. The fact that I made it this far is like I was so happy with that. And I was just like winning this shit would be a cherry on top. Like I just had the confidence that like whatever happens was meant to be. And like that's literally like how I felt.
That must have been like a fucking unbelievable feeling to like
Disney
'Cause-
movie type shit.
no, because winning a state champ for a wrestler, like the things with wrestling compared to other sports, like wrestling, it's literally just you doing it. You know? Why is my mic not catching?
No, you're not on there. You're at
I'm
the, all
not.
the way.
Oh, I'm an
you're-
idiot.
You're low. You're good.
So, so what I was saying, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, wrestling, like you're a
You're by
solo
yourself.
sport, bro.
You're
like,
a
that
lone
must
wolf.
be the most fulfilling fucking thing to be able to just like put on a show.
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
because there's
fans
no
and-
excuses. It's not like
Yeah, 'cause
it's
that-
not like you were like you
Yeah.
got carried.
Yeah,
or
you got
something,
no one to
like, yeah.
blame, and you got no one else to credit. Just
Yeah,
yourself.
it's just all you.
That's it. You can't rely on your teammates to,
Yeah.
help you out, and
It's got to be all you.
it's such a passionate sport because, you rely on yourself, but also like your support system to get you through those dark times, man. Like we've all been there. We've all been through those dark times. But like shout out to my parents, my mom, my dad, driving me to wrestling practices, working extra jobs to, try to afford private lessons and just put me through Pope John as well as my brother and my sister. And, shout out to my parents, I wouldn't be here without them.
Shout out to all the moms and dads out there. We love you.
Hey, and if you're listening to this, if you're my age, tell your parents you love them, man. If you got your parents around, tell them you love them because they work hard for you, whether you believe it or not. They sacrifice for you.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
So we want to get into the college stuff now. So you go to Oregon State. How's the campus? The campus nice?
Bro,
It's definitely beautiful.
the
It's gotta
campus,
be.
man, it's so
Pac-12,
nice.
right?
It's rated the best college campus in the Pac-12, the whole Pac-12.
Oh shit.
Nicest college town in the Pac-12. Very proud of that. As a Beaver, former Beaver, I'm no longer there.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yep. So yeah, my freshman year was great. I redshirted. Jim Zaleski, 3-time national champ for Iowa, coached under Dan Gable, Coach Ian Miller. He's now at App State, and then Taylor Meeks. He's doing his thing in Washington, and yeah, those are my guys. They had recruited me, and unfortunately, they had been fired. They were fired. And so that was tough. That was a weird period. It's just when COVID hit. Right before COVID was a big old thing. In March, right before the NCAAs, we all got called in. We all freaking cried. We all were fighting the administration. Like, how could you do this? We all loved those guys, They were family. And it was scary for me because, I had a scholarship. I was offered a scholarship, and, I didn't know what was going to happen next. We went through, like, a 3 or 4 month period where we didn't have a coach. We were just on the team, but we didn't have a coach. We didn't know what the heck was going on. Meanwhile, there was this pandemic going on. Pandemic. There was a pandemic. Listen,
Respectfully.
Respectfully,
Fuck
there's some
the
conspiracy
pandemic.
theories out there. I'm not going to comment
We're not
going to
get into those.
However, it was a real thing. I know a lot of people, it has affected everybody individually in different ways. It is a real thing, but whatever. And so we got a call
Cheeky.
midsummer, whatever, and we got new coaches, and Chris Pendleton, 2-time national champ from Oklahoma State, Nate Engel, great coach, nothing bad to say about him, and Coach Mike Kasoy, and the infamous Isaiah Martinez. Shout out to him. Shout out to all those guys. Great coaches. Great coaches. They really know how to run a program. They tightened up our program. There was some things that, Oregon State could have done better, and which is probably why some of my former coaches had gotten fired. But, academically, speaking, we didn't have the best grades as a team. And that was, some other things like that.
Sorry, AJ just had to show me something. It was.
Yeah, you're good,
It was
bro.
Kevin Durant getting blocked by Nigerian. Fuck you.
Okay. Fair
Fuck
enough.
you. I'm talking to you, AJ.
And so yeah, so these guys came in, and instantly it was a good big culture shock because like they ran the ship a little bit differently than what we were used to, right? And long story short, great coaches, great guys, but I personally feel like I wasn't treated as well as I wanted to be treated. Part of that's on me just because I was supposed to go 157. I wasn't really managing my weight. I was homesick in the beginning of the year. Wasn't taking the weight descent plan very serious, and I just had a lot of stuff going on. Family stuff, and
I mean, you're all across the country.
I'm across the country.
You're
also-
a 19, 20-year-old kid.
You're
This
also
is
just
not
a kid,
easy.
It's
You
not
just-
easy.
This is
you're
not easy
adjusting.
whatsoever.
Bro.
Pandemic, new coaches,
Yeah.
new culture. And so, I just thought things, I'm the type of guy, my relationship with coach, I need to have that Teddy Sibley's connection. You know what I mean? I need to
Yeah.
be I want to be valued as their guy. I don't want to just be on the
You
chopping
don't want to
block.
be on the team. You want to be like.
I want to be I want to be believed in.
You
know
wanna
what
be
I mean?
respected
I need that
completely.
positive
Because you have a high
reinforcement.
standard for yourself because of what you've achieved throughout your career. So
Not in a cocky
You know-
manner.
yeah, in a respectful manner and a serious manner though, because you've achieved a lot and you demand a certain level of respect but
I
at the
wouldn't say I
same time,
demand it. I
at the
just-
same time, no,
It's just
at the
appreciated. It's
I
appreciated.
appreciate
at the same time is
I do.
it's hard to put into words
Put it
almost,
this
but
way.
it's
I do better. I do better as an athlete when I'm in a more I'm not saying that they weren't positive, but when I'm it's not so harsh. And I know people say, "Oh, that's not reality, Robbie. Be a man, toughen up." But I have I'm very personable. I'm very
Everyone's got their preference.
everybody's got their preferences. For me, I need to have an open relationship with my coach where it's not stressful. It's
If there's
it's
a problem,
peaceful.
it's dealt with. Not in a bad way, too.
Yeah,
No, I completely get
just
it.
going to
it's
practice.
just how you are. Yeah.
Anxious all the time. It was just holding me back. Going to practice anxious all the time, and I knew being miserable, not looking forward to going to practice because I was just worried or just on edge.
That can't be a healthy environment for a college athlete going through
it
shit.
Across the country.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it's not easy being a
wasn't.
college athlete to begin with, and then you gotta. I mean,
And-
some people would say that it comes with it, but some people aren't just feel hey, listen, if there's something better out there, I don't have to be going through this shit,
Yeah.
There's coaches suitable for everybody. Some people can love just a tough relationship, a tough love relationship with their coaches.
Like the coach is not the friend; he's the coach.
Right,
Like,
right. Some people
Yeah,
benefit
some
off
people
that.
like that. Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying.
I know what you're
Exactly.
saying.
Completely.
Yeah, yeah.
It just wasn't.
You have your
for me.
preferences. Yeah, I
wasn't
completely
for
get
me.
it. So now, Oregon, you transferred from Oregon State.
Just transferred out. Again, I love Oregon State. I love the state. I love my friends there. Mad respect to the coaches. Nothing against them. Just, I just feel like I
Wasn't
would
for
do better
you.
somewhere else.
Yeah, it wasn't
and that's
for you.
it. That's it. And so yeah, now shout out to Lonnie Morris and my brother Matt Garcia. We're gonna be roommates going to Johnson and Wales.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Brother.
That's cool. That's
my
really cool.
brother. 5 other guys. It should be a great time.
All wrestlers or no? Or a mixture?
Yeah, all wrestlers.
Oh,
all
cool.
wrestlers.
So does your brother wrestle there too?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
He took
nice.
he took 6 at nationals this year.
Beast.
Shout out to Gospel.
Beast.
You know.
Wrestling
Gospel.
family.
Why do you call him that?
It actually goes back to way back in the day. So Jake Brown,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know Jake Brown, he gave my brother that nickname because he's got a sister named Devin, and Devin rhymes with Reverend. We went to a Catholic school, so we called it Reverend Brown.
Oh yeah, got it.
Okay.
My brother Gospel, just because. I
Something
don't know.
similar. Something
No
similar.
No idea.
No, I get it.
No idea
It's just one
why.
of those
It's just
things.
one of those things. Yeah. Got it.
I still call him Gospel. I'm probably the only person that calls him Gospel, but
All right.
It's just their brothers.
exactly.
So you're transferring now, Johnson and Wales. So what are you wrestling at?
Yes. So that is to be determined. I'm very excited. The reason why I'm going to Johnson and Wales is because of Lonnie Morris. He's a great coach. He recruited me when I was a junior in high school. That's the type of relationship I need with a coach. He's a great guy. He's there for you, and I've heard my brother talk so highly of him and how he's treated my brother, and that's a very appealing.
That's what you want.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be great for me and my success moving forward.
Awesome.
When do you move in?
Sheesh, man, I'm freaking paying rent and I'm not even living down there, dog.
Oh,
When do you move in?
whenever you want.
Yeah, I literally I have a house in Rhode Island.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when does your season start?
So the season starts October 10th. I'm gonna move in the end of August, mid-August, and to answer your question about the weight class, that's to be determined. You know.
So do you have like 2 weight classes you're in between, or possibly 3? Like that, there's a possibility you wrestle at.
Yeah. So as of now, I'm planning to go 165. I'm weighing mid 180s. Again, I'm not really I'm working out, but like I'm not training. I'm not in a
you're
training
not in
cycle
full
right
form,
now.
yeah.
Right now, I'm just making. I'm focused on making money. I work at the Lake Mohawk Country Club. Shout out to Lake Mohawk Country Club. I'm the server there.
Nice,
you know?
nice. You getting us free food or what?
I can hook it up with a discount.
Nah, I'm just
come
playing,
through
I'm
with the
playing,
boys.
I'm playing.
Have a couple drinks. Whatever. Nah,
You're
but
120.
I'm working. This is the first time. I'm just a little different. So like how it works with compared to D1 to D3. D1 you can get athletic scholarships. So I was getting scholarship checks every month, which made it very easy to pay rent. I didn't have to think about it. I just cashed the check, whatever, part of my scholarship. Now I'm working. I'm working to pay my rent, and so now I haven't been able to train as much because I want to work, pay my rent, and
It's priorities.
you know what I mean. Just kind of grow up a little bit, and it's still a little different. But yeah, so I'm doing that, and so once I get down there, I'm excited to start training with the guys and get in some good shape there, and I'm ready to see what the future has to offer.
So wait, so you want to do 165, or is that what it's like looking like? What's your favorite to wrestle at? What do you think?
I think 165. I'll shave about 20 pounds of fat off me right now. Like I'm just.
He's ready.
I'm not
He's
in the
ready.
best shape right now. You know what I mean?
Nah.
But,
Know what I'm saying?
Goomba.
Goomba.
Goomba. All right. So you got anything else you want to say, or we?
Yes. I know this has kind of been long-winded. I
No,
appreciate
nah,
you.
nah.
I
Bro.
appreciate all these viewers that have lasted this long and dealt with the mumbles and rants. But the transfer process, if you made it this far,
Oh yeah.
If you're-
Sorry, I forgot about this.
I went through the similar thing, so I know
Nick and I, we can
what
talk
we're
about
talking
this.
about. Yep.
If this is my advice I can give to any athlete, whether you're Division 1, 2, or 3, or NAIA. If you're at school and you're an athlete and you wake up every day and you're like miserable and you're not looking forward to do any sort of training, you're not looking forward to just get out of bed, and you're like in a weird place, some say a dark place, it's okay to make that move. It's okay to make that jump. And I've spent hundreds of hours. Shout out to Chris Fontana with my best friend Chris, my best friend Nick over here on FaceTime.
Fontana's a boy too. I like Chris Fontana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out.
I met him one time.
We gotta
Great.
get him on the podcast.
No doubt.
We gotta get
Yeah,
him on.
for sure.
Gotta
We can get him on with you one time too. We can get
That'd
a
be
little
great.
4-piece.
Yes, sir. But
Gentlemen's club.
exactly, the Gentlemen's Club. Welcome to.
All right.
But yeah, don't be afraid to make that move. And also, when you decide to hit the transfer portal, there's a couple things that I wasn't informed. Okay, I guess maybe I should have known about it, but nobody told me this. Okay, there's a couple things. I had I have a 3. I'm a 3.1 student GPA.
Great GPA. Have
Right?
the same one.
Pretty solid.
Elite.
Pretty solid. Okay.
Elite.
The
elite
best.
GPA.
The
Not
best
great,
kids are from there. I'm
Not
telling
terrible.
you.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
We're the blue chippers.
Yeah.
You know?
The blue
Anyway.
chippers.
We're grinding.
Exactly. We're just grinding. But if your GPA doesn't matter, it matters, but that's not the only thing that could affect your eligibility. So I had transferred right after I got to school. After spring break, I entered the transfer process. Nobody told me that I had to complete a certain amount of credits before I left Oregon State in order to be eligible to wrestle next year at a different school.
Oh,
Nobody told
shit.
me that. I had to complete 40% of my credits or work to my degree at Oregon State in order for me to wrestle with some weird rule next year. So I was biting my nails. I was taking hard classes. I was going through a lot, obviously emotionally, with the whole transfer, leaving,
There's a lot
figuring
going on.
it out, how to depart and get all my shit together and get back off 3,000 miles across the country. Mind you, I'm on my own out there. My family's at home, so there's not much they can do. So I'm dealing with a lot. So I kind of then slack off at some classes, but I just wasn't doing as well as I normally would have. And there's just some weird things with dropping classes. I had to, as an athlete, student athlete, in order to become considered a student athlete or a full-time athlete and student, you have to be enrolled in 12 credits at a time, minimum.
Which is what, like 4 classes
4 class, I
or
think.
3?
Three or four classes, depending on if they're a 4 or 3 credit class.
Yeah.
So yeah, I almost got screwed over because due to my, due diligence or whatever you want to call it, I almost screwed myself from wrestling next year because I didn't realize I had to have 40. I had to have 40% of my degree done. I thought I was fine if I failed a class or whatever, or if I just dropped 2 classes. I could only drop 1 class. I didn't know that I had to, that was part of it, and it just didn't rely on your GPA because I was like, oh, my GPA is high enough. You know what I'm saying? My credits are going to transfer. If I don't do well, whatever. Like, I got other stuff I got to, other priorities I got to take care of. Make sure you figure it out beforehand. Make sure you find out from your coaches, your, the athlete, office, whatever, your advisors. Make sure you know what's going on, what to expect, and, like, what the repercussions could be. That's my advice. So,
Wise words from Robbie.
Just make sure you know what's going on.
All right.
Hi, Bo. You got anything else?
What's the minute count? What's the timer?
We're looking at we're rolling up on 42 minutes right now.
42.
Oh my God, you've been
It's
talking all
probably-
fucking day.
I love it, bro. I'm loving it. This is a great podcast.
I personally think we should collaborate with Joe Rogan at this point.
I mean, dude, I think
I'm
at this
from my
point,
last episode, I'm waiting on my Spotify contract. I still haven't gotten it.
I'm being honest. I think we're at a higher level than him at this point. Like,
Yeah.
I think he'd
There's
have
levels.
to,
There's levels to
he'd
this,
have
and
to
we're
hit us up to do a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I agree.
We're
with
that
that.
high. Nah, we're just fucking around.
Nick,
All right.
you got anything to say about your transfer process and your experience?
For me, it wasn't too difficult. I did pretty well in my first year in school, so I had a lot of schools kind of asking me, like, regardless.
big shot.
Big shot.
No,
Oh,
big
no,
shot.
not a lot of big schools. I didn't
Right.
have any Division I offers.
Nah,
Like,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
have any other Division I offers. I had a lot of D3 schools. Just basically, they'll just look at your GPA, because the thing is, though, with schools, like with teams, like if I had a 4 in my first year, so they ask you like whether you're interested based on just your academics, because like that'll bring their whole team GPA up, and so that's what.
So they're just using you.
Yeah, basically, I was useless. No, I'm just kidding. But so it wasn't too difficult for me. I didn't have the credit problem at the time. But yeah, it was just about choosing the right fit.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it's hard to know what a good fit is before you.
I think for Robbie it was almost easier because his brother went there. Like, you
knew,
didn't
yeah.
really
I knew the
know.
coach. The
Yeah.
coach and I went way back.
The thing is, though, when you transfer, especially during a pandemic like we were, it's very difficult. Like, we weren't able to visit. It was basically just
just
like-
all online.
Yeah, it
you
was
can't
like-
really meet a person.
yeah.
on
So it was
online.
difficult. But at the end of the day, like, you make your choices, and it is what it is.
Got to
and
see it through, my
you
boy.
got to see it through. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. It was it was kind of it was definitely stressful though. Like,
Yeah.
seeing where you want to go in like in a limited time period and shit.
I mean,
But
you also had a big move too. You moved from Jersey to Florida. That's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a big
That's
a big
huge.
step.
yeah. So, but hey, listen. At the end of the day, I think I made a good choice. And
No, yeah, that's
we
awesome.
live with it.
So,
Yeah.
you got to say anything? Go for it.
I mean, are we concluding this?
Yeah, I mean, if you got nothing else to say, I
got
think that's all.
You got
I
something?
got a
else?
couple shout outs. I want to
All
shout
right,
out
let's
Peacemaker, my boy Peace, man. You're doing great things. Just watch. He's going to be the youngest African American billionaire in the
Billionaire?
world. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit.
Billionaire.
Can
You
we
heard
get
it
him
here
to
first.
sponsor us, possibly?
I tell you what, we should get him on the podcast.
Get a little collab going. Why not?
I don't know
Peace,
who he
come
is,
on this
but, I
podcast,
mean-
bro.
Hey,
You
I'm
won't regret it.
open to meeting him though.
No, we do like
Because-
guests. I think.
Hey, listen, if Robbie's saying this guy's gonna be the next
Bro,
African American, the
this
first African American billionaire,
he's-
No,
We're gonna be
not the first. The youngest.
the youngest.
youngest.
You said okay.
Like
okay.
the youngest.
and if he's that, he's gonna the first podcast he was ever on.
Let's just say
This one.
I mean, listen, just for disclosure reasons, I can't talk too much about this. But let's just say Peace is on track to do some really great things.
Good
I love
for
the
him.
kid, brother of mine.
Shout out
to you,
Peace.
brother. And stay blessed as always. Got it tatted on me. Those of you who know me, you know what it means to me. Stay blessed, guys. I wish nothing but love and prosperity in your life. And I challenge everybody. To do something good for someone. Kind deed. It could be as simple as buying someone a coffee in line at Dunkin' Donuts.
An espresso.
Or, an espresso. Everybody loves a good
Buy
espresso.
someone a
Shout
shot
out
at the
sh-
bar.
I mean?
Shout out to my mom. She makes a great
Yo,
espresso.
shout out to Mama Jenks. No doubt.
All right. So,
Yeah. We just got a live score update. It's still 1-0 in Copa America final. Argentina won.
Messi needs this.
Yeah, Messi does need this.
Needs
You ready to wrap it up, Nick? You got it.
Yeah. So listen. Thanks to Robbie Garcia today for coming on the show. Definitely have you again soon, no
Thanks,
doubt.
boys.
It's
been a blast. It's been a blast.
No doubt.
Great podcast.
So thanks everyone for tuning in today. If you made it this far, we appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Also, thanks to the live viewers right now. They stick through
Yes,
it the
sir.
entire time. Love you guys.
I guess we
Peace
drop-
out, boys.
Drop the mic.